Big Ten Plus when the Huskers take on Iowa. It's one of the thousands of non-televised live events across the Big Ten you can stream this season. You can also see Maryland in action next Sunday at the Rutgers Quad. Subscribe right now at BigTenPlus.com. Through 3 rotations with 4 gymnasts competing for the all-around is the 5th year from Canada, Emma Spence, with the lead.
After that beautiful balance beam routine, I'm not surprised, and she absolutely shines on floor exercise. So looking for a great finish to her evening for Emma Spence.
Nebraska going to try to close it out and get a win at home. They're on the floor, Maryland on the beam. You're watching the Big Ten Network. Followed by Rutgers against Northwestern. Coverage begins with the tip-off show at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. 3 rotations in the books. Let's take a look back at the 3rd rotation, including Nebraska on the beam.
Well done by Sophia McClellan, knocking out that 9.25 from Nia Kraus, but it was all Emma Spence in that routine. Actually, it was both Emmas in that lineup. Emma Simpson with that 9.85, Emma Spence with the 9.9 going into the last rotation. Exactly the type of confidence boost you want moving through to the final rotation of the night.
Very massive. If you can win the head-to-head beam versus floor and then close at home in front of an educated fan base, it puts Nebraska in a really nice spot. Part of the reason they have the lead. And these are the scores for Brett Nelligan's Maryland team on the floor.
Big kudos to Ray LeBlanc. I think all around tonight she was truly excellent for the Terps, and love to see that comeback routine by Alexa with a 9.85 after last week, just not making it through the routine. So massive kudos to her. And Natalie Martin, you know, we talked about her in the open, anchoring that floor lineup is critical for them with that 9.825, and will only grow as time progresses through season and the teams remain more comfortable in their competitive experience.
With the lead, though, and Nebraska going to the floor with a chance to, have fun, like these young folks here at Devaney. I mean, Nebraska maybe can let loose a little bit here.
Definitely can. However, we did hear from both head coach Heather Brink and Sophia McClellan that they're kind of figuring out how to translate what they do in the gym into the competitive floor, and they've had a little trouble on floor lately. So trying to figure out how they can bring that same energy and maintain a comfortable composure on the event, do their best gymnastics.
Olivia Karras, nobody breaks down how the judges can make deductions better than you. Walk us through it.
Deductions are incredibly subjective, but here is an overview of what you're looking for. Flexed feet, bent legs. You really want to make sure the gymnasts are doing everything as perfect as possible. Insufficient split, we talked about that 180 degrees, can be up to 2.2 tenths. Wobbles on beam can be up to 3 tenths. A fall is a half of a point. That's 5 tenths off. Landings can be, a step is about a tenth, give or take, but subjective to the judges. Tumbling out of bounds we talked about is that 1 tenth. And this year the judges are really looking for holding that position at the end. When you land, heels together, arms up in the salute, you need to hold it to show control before you progress towards saluting the judge and celebrating. So keep your eyes out for that composure at the end of each event.
Hammer, Brenninger, Rothenbuscher, Gatzendorfer, Martin, and Komarovsky are the 6 for Maryland to close out on the beam. You see that they are ranked 22nd in the nation, and I feel like they're going to need like a top 10 type of score to have a chance to overcome Nebraska here.
And last week, similar to the Huskers, they had a really shaky balance beam rotation at home. Head coach Brett Nelligan says this beam team is dynamite. They just need to get back to their normalcy. He wants them to play offense, no defense. If anyone's keeping up with football on the side of this competition, want to make sure that we're doing as much offense as possible here and attack and show off these routines. Don't be timid like they were last week. So really looking for that in this rotation.
Yeah, he added if they go back to being themselves that they can be dynamite, his words. You see the score there, Olivia. Take us back to your days. How often are you looking at the scoreboard for the team score?
If my coach asked me, never. If you asked me, frequently. But that's because I'm just a competitive person and I like to know what I need, but it's not necessarily best practice to keep your eyes on the scores because you can't control what the judges do and don't see and take. So always focusing on yourself and what you can do.
Layla Hammer on the beat for Maryland. 9.925 career high, 9.8 season high.
Layla opening up with a triple series we saw from a few Nebraska athletes in the last rotation. 2 back handsprings into a layout step out. Love that aggressive finish from her. She had a wobble on that last week, a significant wobble, and that was well done. Gorgeous front toss in the pike position. Athlete into the switch half. Good job hitting that 180-degree split position. Good work on the full turn. A little hesitancy there at the end. The dismount here, a gainer full. Small hop backward, very minimal, but that absolutely is what the Terps needed to start this rotation off. That was aggressive beam work. I love aggressive beam. Those 2 back handsprings, a little soft in the back leg on all 3 elements. So as we talk about execution, the judges are looking for that. Similarly with the toes on the front toss, but these landings were excellent. And the dismount here, gainer full, keeps the hips open, just the small hop backward, but well done. Great tone setter for this balance beam rotation.
I think for sure she'll top last week's score of 9.475.
Barring anything we missed, yes, absolutely.
Whitney Jenks, who had her career high, season high, and best score last week at 9.875. She'll lead off for the Cornhuskers on the floor.
This team's floor goal is to hit 6 for 6 routines. It'll be a great start for the squad to put together the floor puzzle that they've been playing around with to put their best 6 athletes up in the best rotation order. First pass here, front layout to a Rudy. Good work, lots of momentum on that pass. Little hop backward, but managed to stay in bounds, which is incredibly important in a competition this close. Good job on her leaps. 3 leaps in a row. Couple deep breaths before her final tumbling pass. Ends with a double tuck. Good job. Opened it up there a little bit. Did lunge, but she lunged forwards instead of backwards. So the judges will likely deduct for minimal under rotation, but an excellent leadoff performance by Whitney Jenks to round out her all-around evening. Great set there on the double tuck. Little flexed feet, but you notice the shoulders were forward, which resulted in the step forward as opposed to back. The team is definitely pleased with that to start off floor exercise for the Skurs.
Laura Brenner, a sophomore from Ashburn, Virginia, 9.8 career high, season high.
Lauren did not compete her freshman year, only a sophomore. Coach Nelligan said he is so proud of her for her progress and hard work to get into this balance beam lineup. That handspring layout step out. incredibly tight in her body position. No deductions on the landings. Hat leap to switch half, shy of 180 degrees there. The judges will deduct for that, as it is a requirement for all balance beam workers. Front toss, super confident on the landing. Know where she is in the air, and that's exactly it. 2 for 2 for the Terps. Keeping themselves in this competition. And I keep using that word, but that's just how they're attacking this rotation. And the dismount, exclamation point on the routine. Perfect body position and holds the landing. The judges again are looking for the control on that final landing position to show she had exactly what she needed for 0 deductions.
I'm thinking Lauren could have a new career high. We'll wait and see as we move to Reese Beckley with a career high 9.9. Season high set last week with a 9.75.
Reese, a transfer from Lindenwood, along with her teammate Nia Kraus. One and a half to a front full, difficult combination pass, lots of twist. 1.5 to a front full, difficult combination pass, lots of twisting. Good job on those leaps, excuse me.
I was going to say, Reese needs a big score because Lauren Brenninger did set a new career high with a 9.85.
Well done. Final pass here for Reese. So Rudy, front 1.5 twist. Needed to settle in slightly more on the landing. Nothing major. Fell out of the pass a little bit. The judges are looking for the athletes to show control in every landing that they do. But well done by Reese. I love to see when athletes transfer and thrive at their new schools. A little side bump there from her assistant coach, Brian Amato. Good work on that first pass. And then the final tumbling around the front handspring into a Rudy. Love to see her smile and have fun at home in front of their Husker fans.
Alexa Rothenbuscher, grad student from Fairfax, Virginia, 9.875 career high, 9.6 season high set last week.
Series here for Alexa. Front toss into a back handspring. It's critical in forward to backward series to maintain movement through your arms. The judges want to see continuous movement. Good correction there. Switch leap to switch half. She had a sizable deduction last week on that element. Was able to stay tight in her body position this week. Good full turn. wasn't able to minimize the deduction, but well done for her. And hey, after a fall on bars to come back and hit 3 events, that's veteran stuff right there. Great work by Alexa.
Great work. As we move to Rourke, back-to-back 9.75s from Jex and Beckley. Hallie Rourke now on the floor. Third to go for Heather Brink and the Cornhuskers. 9.9 career high, 9.75 season high.
Open it pass for Hallie. Big double pike. Gorgeous, massive height on that.
What do you think about height? I'm going to admit, a little bit of bragging camp, but in person, are you kidding me with the height?
Everyone wants that kind of height, Dean. Lovely job on those leaps. Notice Hallie is just an incredibly powerful athlete. Hit perfect 180-degree splits and twists on all 3 of those jumps. Final pass for Hallie. To a combination pass, a front through, directly into the double tuck. Good job, a little low with her chest on the landing, which resulted in the over-rotation. But she has incredible power on floor exercise, and it shines the entire time through.
Take a look at the first pass here, Liv.
Slow-mo's even better. You can see how much height she gets. I love the pointed toes throughout that double pike, and decent-sized lunge, but she manages to maintain control to not give away tens.
Victoria Gatzendorfer from Marvin, North Carolina. 9.9 career high, season high, 9.8. Coming off a rough beam a week ago.
Triple series here, 2 back handsprings, lay out, step out, and that is what she had issues with last week, not this week. That head-on view really shows you how important it is to maintain your square positioning over the balance beam.
Victoria from the same general area as one of your favorite Wolverines in Abbey High School.
Good full turn. This routine so far is excellent from Victoria. Big deep breath before her jumps there. Switch leap to a split jump. Would love to see that back leg up a little higher to hit the perfect 180-degree split. The gainer pike. Need to see that again if she stuck it perfectly or there was minimal movement. Regardless, it was very hard to see if there was movement at the end. Let's take a look here. Big gainer pike. And just that right foot, it's like micro stuff we're talking here, but well done by Victoria, especially after last week with a routine she certainly did not want to replicate. She knocked that one out of her mind and came up big.
We got a tight one here now as we head to the 4th on the floor for Nebraska. Sophia McClellan with a season career high and last week's score of 9.925.
And this is where Sophie shines. She loves to perform. Dynamic tumbler. Front double twist. Good job keeping her body incredibly tight as she did a beautiful arabesque out of that tumbling pass. join?
I'm in. What do you think the ratings would be on that? A little low?
Pretty high. Gorgeous leaps from Sophia. Perfect 180 degrees on both the splits and the straddle positions.
She needs a big finish. Gatzendorfer with a season high on the beam for Maryland.
Final pass, Rudy into a layout step out. Gorgeous work. This will most certainly be the best score so far for the Huskers on floor. It's one of my favorite tumbling passes in NCAA gymnastics. Rudy directly into the sky-high layout step out. She performs it as well as I've seen her do.
Work from Sophia McClellan. Natalie Martin next to go. The sophomore from Westerville, Ohio, 9.95 career high. That kind of score keeps Maryland very much in this.
Natalie's another athlete who struggled a little bit last weekend, so this is a redemption balance beam routine for her. Gorgeous job. Back handspring layout step out.
Last week, an 8.95 for Natalie.
That was where she had issues last week. Perfectly square in the side aerial. Incredibly difficult leaps there. 2 switch leaps connected. Good full turn as she gears up for her dismount. Back handspring into a 1.5 twist. Small movement backwards with the right foot. So very minimal under rotation deduction. That's 5 hits for the Terps. So regardless of how this meet turns out, it is so massive for them to come back, have this strong beam rotation away at Nebraska. All the stars aligning for them on this beam rotation.
All of the above. Well said, Olivia. Coming off a tough performance, they have responded as we now move to Emma Spence. And Emma Spence has put herself in a position to win the all-around. Right now, her teammate Whitney Jex is in it at a 39.225. But Spence with a 29.575. She'll need a big score, but the all-around is there, and she can take it with a big score here on the floor.
I absolutely love that Emma takes the hair out of the bun, rocks the ponytail for floor exercise. Opening pass, double pike, beautiful work.
9.95 career high for Emma, 9.875 season high on the floor. Olivia, her mentality in this 5th year, I mean, you can just tell that her mind is clean here.
See that double wolf turn there again, just like she did on beam. Incredibly hard to do on floor exercise as well. Lovely leaps. We like to call that hair choreo. Final pass for Emma Spence, front through to double tuck. Close to out of bounds, but no way. The veteran knows where she is. Controlled lunge to conclude her fantastic evening at home.
That was fantastic from Emma Spence, including the hair choreo, Olivia.
I will never not love hair choreo. Final pass here, so difficult to do at the end of your routine when you're tired. Front through to a double tuck. Beautiful control there, right at the corner. Well done.
All right, so we move back over to Maryland. They are certainly not out of it. It's Maddie Komarovsky, the junior, career high 9.925, season high 9.875.
Much like her elegance on floor exercise, that translates to balance beam. You saw that beautiful mount sequence. One arm back handspring into a layout step out. I cannot express the level of difficulty that doing a back handspring with one arm is. And Maddie makes it look far too easy. Little off there, switch leap into a split jump. Looked as though her right shoulder dipped a little bit to the side.
Spence with a 9.9, which should clinch her all around and should clinch Nebraska the win.
Round off 1.5. Little off center there, had to raise her left leg to bring her back to center. So definitely not a deduction less routine, but regardless, an incredibly important rotation for the Terps after last week. You see just a shoulder dip there, wasn't as tight in her stomach, but so proud of that team for coming back and having that performance in an away meet.
Lauren Homicello, the anchor for Heather Brink and Nebraska. As you see, Nebraska has clinched the duel, and now she can just let it rip on the floor.
It's the best place to be in. You know your team has the dub. All you get to do now is go out there, perform, have fun in front of a home crowd. Nebraska always has an incredible environment. Huge double pike. Love that position in the air. Incredibly tight in the pike. Second pass for Lauren. 1.5 into a front layout. Good job maintaining composure on the landing.
She's just now worked her way into the rotation here on the floor for the Cornhuskers.
Double tuck. Well done. That was the best landing of all three, and to be at the end of the routine, just incredibly impressive work. So excited for her, going from not competing your first 2 years to anchoring floor. You can see the emotion and excitement from her teammates. So incredibly well deserved. This last pass was just excellent. Double tuck, keeps the front foot planted, controlled lunge. The team is getting airtime on the sidelines cheering her on.
A whole lot of go big red. They're finally at home as part of this season, and they get the win. The great thing now is we get to see some exhibition as well, as there's still athletes trying to work their way into the lineup like we just saw Lauren do.
These exhibition spots, they're so important. You never know when you need an athlete to go in for another team member. Regardless of what the circumstances, it's important to always be ready.
Really go big red. Maryland getting ready for exhibition. Nicolette O'Shea, the freshman from New Jersey Shore Regional High School. You could hear the enthusiasm. So Nebraska now knows two things. One, that they've won the duel, and that Emma Spence has won the all-around.
Incredible to see that 9.95 come in for Lauren Homicello. I mean, wow. After not competing You anchor floor at home. You get a 9.95, near perfect score. You see that excitement there. Big hug from head coach Heather Brink. So well deserved.
It's a nice moment.
Seems we're waiting as there's a little bit of a scoring discrepancy for Maddie Komarovsky's beam routine.
She was given, Maddie was 8.95. Maryland has knocked off Nebraska before at Devaney, and Brett Nelligan said, though, it's not easy and it's not going to happen today, but both teams better on the beam, I think, was something that you were looking at as well.
And we talked about it in the open. They wanted to hit 24 for 24 routines, and while there were falls here and there, no one counted a fall. So ultimately, you do want everyone to hit their routine for maximum scoring potential, but to not count a fall is so important, and both of these teams struggled with that last week, particularly on balance beam. So well done. Love seeing that confidence boost in the conference for both teams, especially on an event like balance beam.
Great to be alongside Olivia Karras, a four-time Big Ten champion, six-time All-American, and in her sixth season now at the Big Ten Network. I still remember interviewing you as a young freshman at Champaign, Illinois, when you won the all-around, Olivia. It seems like forever ago, but really wasn't that long ago.
I'm just glad my eyebrows look better than they did back then.
Hey, don't forget, stay with us on the Big Ten Network, because after this meet, you can go behind the scenes of Big Ten Women's Gymnastics with an all-new On the Beam. There's on the ice, there's on the mat, now there's on the beam. That's next on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app.
Love to see these behind-the-scenes features of student athletes at all Big Ten gymnastics programs. So great for our sport and the growth of coverage across the country.
It's important to point out that it goes well beyond just the beam, but that name works. It's all about Big Ten Women's Gymnastics, which it's clear over the last several years on the rise, not that far removed from Michigan winning a national championship, the incredible emergence of Michigan State. Ohio State's always really good. Minnesota's all really good. Illinois is all really good. And, by the way, UCLA and Washington, hello.
So exciting to have more programs in the conference. Just makes it more competitive. That's what you want. Quite a wait here for Nicolette. But talk about gaining experience. If you can do a balance beam routine after standing around for a while in anticipation, that is major kudos. Opening series here, back handspring layout, step out. Slightly off balance. She did have to raise that right leg. Indicated balance check. Difficult switch half into a beat jump connection. Well done. Switch lead to a straddle quarter, a little off balance on that first jump. But well done maintaining composure and flowing through into the second jump for the combination bonus. The step landing to conclude her balance beam routine. Well done after waiting around for the judges' conference. Big confidence booster for the freshman.
We're not done with exhibitions, as Emma Simpton, the last one to go, the senior from Dallas, Texas, Exhibition on the floor for the Cornhuskers, who have knocked off Maryland.
Head coach Heather Brink told us they're playing around with their floor lineup. So while Emma has been a staple in the Nebraska floor lineup in years past, it's important to continue gaining that experience in the exhibition spot. A nice first pass there, 1.5 to a front layout. Difficult lead combination. Same combination we saw from Maddie Komarovsky from Maryland. That switch ring to the Tourjete ring. A little shy of 360 degrees on that last jump. The judges will likely deduct for that. Finishes it off with a big double tuck. Well done. Emma has lovely performance quality on floor exercise. It's great to see her in an exhibition spot, making a name for herself to be in the lineup.
Nebraska wins it, and Emma Spence wins the all-around. Homicello with a big-time score. We'll be back to wrap it up right here on the Big Ten Network. Only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. There's the Big Show and the Big Red, including the all-around sensation Emma Spence. Break it down for us, Olivia Karras.
Emma was fantastic from start to finish. Had an incredible vault to lead things off. Went over 2 uneven bars. Absolutely crushed it with an incredibly difficult routine. Went over to beam. So well done on the event. Incredibly difficult routine, especially with that double wolf turn. Loved that vault there from Emma. Double tuck dismount on uneven bars. Found the landing on beam. And then, of course, floor is always where she shines, especially with that hair choreo. I just love it so much. But I just love seeing her perform, and happy to have Emma with us to celebrate her team and her all-around win. Hi, Emma.
Great hair, great performance. Hi. Emma Spence, well done. You come back for your 5th year. You're finally home. You get the win for your team and the all-around. Great day for you.
Thank you.
Emma, it's your 5th year. I know you've competed internationally in NCAA. Just so much excitement for you in your career, but what are you looking forward to the most? What's a goal for you and this team in your final year of gymnastics?
I think with this being my final year, I just want to be able to enjoy every second out there on the floor with my team. Today we had so much fun. This was our first home meet of the season, and we really had fun out there, and I think it showed in our performance today.
Now, a special moment, you spending time with a freshman, getting ready for the bars. You can tell that you're really taking on that leadership role.
Yes, I could tell she was a little bit nervous before her bar routine today, and a lot of people say she's like my mini-me, and we really have a close connection, so I was really glad I was able to be there and step in and help her out through that.
Proud of you, Emma. Congrats, and enjoy the victory and the all-around title. Well done.
Thank you.
Quick thought on this first meet here for you and I this year. I'm so excited.
Such a great season, and of course, you know, massive props to the Huskers for coming out with the win. I don't want to shy away from the Terps really making it competitive there at the end, and such kudos to both teams for washing away what happened last week with beam, coming out, having great balance beam performances, and really just showing what gymnastics is all about. It's getting better every week, and that was on display here.
Great to be back with you, Olivia. That's going to wrap it up from Lincoln, where the final score is Nebraska knocking off Maryland. Coming up next, it's the debut of On the Beam for the great Olivia Karras. I'm Dean Linke and the rest of our outstanding Big Ten Network crew. Good night from Lincoln, and enjoy On the Beam.